Michelle in Illinois in Garden Zone 5. Welcome. So today we have a fun day planned. We are going to a local, well, somewhat local. It's a little drive for me, but a family-owned garden center that I love to go to every year. I buy a lot of my annuals at this garden center, and hopefully then on the way home, we'll come across a thrift store that we can stop at and see if we can find any garden decor that I think I need to bring home. You know, I have that list. I'm sure you do too, of all the things that you're looking for when you're out and about, because it's always fun to thrift, but like I've mentioned before, it does take time before you find those perfect items that you're looking for, and you just never know what you're going to find when you're out thrifting. So that's the fun of it. So let's get going. We may even stop for a coffee along the way. It's just going to be a fun, beautiful day. Okay guys, let's talk plants. Oh my gosh. So they have tons of proven winners here. They've already got baskets made up. I think this is Above and Beyond. Yes, this is the one that I like and I do a lot. Usually I've bought them in this size container, but I've also bought them individually, and it's the Bubblegum Vista, and the Silver Berry is the white with the pink, and then the other one's Fuchsia, I think. Bubblegum, yep, Fuchsia. So sometimes I'll buy them together or I'll buy them separate and put them together, but it makes a really pretty combination. We have tons of beautiful, let me pan up so you can see the beautiful hanging baskets, all rows and rows of hanging baskets. Oh, that's pretty. I put that in the front urns last year. That's Picasso. There's whole baskets of bubblegum petunias. Can you imagine how huge and beautiful those are going to be? And then they've got a bunch of baskets. Oh, those are pretty. Look at these guys. The hanging baskets. I like that metal. Those are really pretty. Look at that color. So vibrant. Pink. Okay, so then we have a couple aisles. Actually, it looks like 3 aisles of veggies. So that far aisle is veggies and probably herbs, and these 2 aisles. And then as we pan to this other side, we've got the proven winners down the middle. And then it looks like out on the outside here, we've got the little bedding plants and also dahlias. Let's go down here and look. Here's some pretty dahlias. Look at this. Oh, I can get in there so you can see that flower. Tucked down inside, that flower to the dahlia. And that is rose bicolor. And here's a really pretty purple dahlia, lavender bicolor. Purple and white lobelia. Oh, here's some pretty petunias, the purple. German ivy, and I took this German ivy and also put it in a pot in the house, I think 2 seasons ago, and it did really well in the house and got huge. It got huge outside too. So that's a real nice one. And there is a lot of rows of Sharons. So a lot of hibiscus, pink chiffon, purple pillar hibiscus. Rhubarb next to that. Okay, so this is the proven winners. So they have the proven winners, graceful grasses. This is the purple fountain grass. And I like this. This is really pretty and soft, and it's the angel wings. So I think I'll have to get me some angel wings. I don't recall, is this a shade plant? Full sun, 12 to 18 inches. So I like that. And then they've got gorgeous, boldly dark red, hot pink, and white geraniums, proven winners. And here is the dahlias from proven winners. Can you see that one back there? Let me see if I can reach back and get it. It's all the way in the back blooming. Now I bought these last year. Isn't that pretty? And that is called Grande Cancun Dahlia. Violet Ice. We have the lemon coral sedum, which makes a good filler flower. And it says it takes full to part sun. Rocco Poco Coral Reef. This is their double impatiens, and those are always really pretty, and I really like the pink ones. These, and I have used these the last couple years in baskets. And I added the Hippo White last year with the Rocco Poco because they both take shade in a container, and they did really well together. And I also love this Hippo White mixed in fresh cut flower arrangements. It gets real tall and it's a real nice filler. Proven winners, Super Tunias. Now here is the bubble gum, of course, and that's the Vista, and there's a close-up of that. And that's what I had in the garden house window boxes last year that did so well. Now they also have it in the purple, and this is Royal Velvet, but it is not a Vista. Now, like I had mentioned before, if it's a Vista, it's very, very vigorous. And then if it is just listed as Super Tunia, it is vigorous, but not as much as a Vista. So we also have Super Tunia Royal Magenta. We have one blooming right there. So there's the Royal Magenta. Super Tunia Bermuda Beach, which is more of that pinky. It has like a little bit of a coral tinge to it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. And then we've got the Super Tunia Honey, which is more of that yellow gold color. And this is Super Tunia Daybreak Charm. Here's the silver berry, I think. It's a silver berry. Super Tunia, and it's a Vista. So look, is there a place? Let me see if I can find a spot to show you how big this is already. So look how huge that already is. That could be in a pot by itself. That's already so big. We have a jazzberry, and that is more of that purpley color. It has less pink to it and more purple, I think. Oh, and we've got the cherry Super Tunia. I've had that in the mailbox planter. I may put this in the front urns this year, just because I like having, with the warm brick color in the front of the house, I like having darker colors in the urns. Okay, this is a Super Tunia Mini Vista, Pink Star. A Super Tunia Vista Paradise. So there's the Paradise color. That's really pretty too. And then we get into some Coleus. Look at those Coleus colors. Come here. Okay, so I am in the little town outside of where we were just at the nursery, and they had a sign that said antiques. So there's an antique little shop here. So we're going to check it out and see what they have. They had some stuff setting outside and it looked interesting. So let's go check it out. Okay, look at these two chairs, you guys. They are so cute. They would look so cute out in the garden. They have $40 on them, and he just came out and he told me that's for the pair. So let's keep looking. I like them though. I don't really need them. I have chairs, but they are cute. So here's some other stuff out here. There's an old garden chair. Oh, a bunch of old, I think those are old, like for chickens, to feed chickens. Feeders. There's some really old chairs. Oh, look at the cute little shopping cart. And the chair with the flowers on it. What other gardening stuff do we see here? And look at all this, guys. It's a cute little end table. Little bird cage. Look at that table back there. That would make a good potting bench table. Oh, and they took their wicker basket, their picnic basket, and painted it all the same color, kind of that Tate green I was showing you in the other video. That looks cute. And I like the watering can up on the top, that aqua blue. And then they have a cute little bistro table. It wouldn't work outside because it's got a wood top, but it would work on a porch, kind of like an ice cream parlor set. Wicker chair. And that table there would be a cute table for a potting bench too, and it's got a drop leaf. So you could put the leaves down when you weren't using it to tuck it into a place if you needed to. Now look at that old toolbox. Looks old, it may not be old. That would be really pretty with a bunch of geraniums in it. There's a whimsical planter made out of boots. Okay guys, I really like these. I don't know what I would do with them. They're like China hutch doors, but I like the look of them. And they're real heavy glass inside of them. Okay, I found a chandelier, you guys. Absolutely think it's beautiful. It sure needs to be cleaned up. Hi everyone, it's the next day and we are back, and I wanted to show you what I ended up getting between the plants and the thrifting. Now I won't go through all the plants. I will be doing future videos where I plant these in different areas, and I'll show you at that time what I actually purchased on this great big haul. But as you can see, look at this. I will tell you a funny story though. When I was checking out, the cashier looked at me and she said, "Are all those plants for your garden?" And I looked at her and I said, "Yeah, they are." And she said, "Awesome," with great big eyes, like, wow. So we have lots of planting to do, but as you can see, they had beautiful, beautiful plants like I showed you earlier in the footage. It was just gorgeous. Now let's talk about the thrift finds I came up with. So I've seen lots of things, and I do try to show you a lot of different things because maybe something that I would actually pick out wouldn't be of interest to you. So I don't just focus on one thing. I try to give you a pan of the area so you can see different things that I see when I'm out thrifting. Now we did go to some antique stores, which are different than thrifting stores. The price point is usually different and the merchandise is usually different than what I find when I'm out thrifting. So I do like to look though, because you never know what you're gonna find. And then sometimes you go and you don't find anything. There was a couple that I stopped at that I just didn't even find anything. So it just depends on the day and the shopping, but it's always fun. It's a fun hunt to be out looking, seeing what I can find for garden stuff. So I did find a project. I did end up getting the set of doors. I think these were from like a China hutch maybe, but you know I love French Provençal and anything French, and I love the detail on them. They're super heavy, they're glass. They have a really pretty, I don't know if you can see that, but a real pretty latch on the front of them. So I got the pair of those. They were $8 a piece, and I thought that was a really good deal. Funny story, when I came home, I was telling my husband about it. And I said, "Yeah, I got these beautiful doors." And I showed him a picture that I had taken. And I said, I wasn't sure when I got them what I wanted to do with them. You know, maybe you're the same way when you're out thrifting. You see something that really speaks to you, and at the moment, you just don't know what you're going to use it for, but you know you'll find something. Well, that's what these were. I'm like, for $8, I'm not worried about it. I'll go ahead and get them and save them and come up with a DIY. Well, I thought that they would look really nice if he made me some sort of like a bookcase, and I could attach these to it and then paint it all one color and use it out in the garden house, maybe to put some of my decor in the garden house. But as I was sharing this vision that I had with him, he says, "Well, this sounds like work for me." And I said, "Exactly." And so I've got another job for him, but we'll see when that happens. So I did get the beautiful doors. And so I got the painting. I thought the painting was really pretty with those purple springy flowers. And I thought that would look pretty either in my office or out in the garden house. But I do like that. Another thing that I purchased was the garden ornament book. And I started looking at this last night, and this has some really good stuff in it. Actually, really very interesting. It gives a history of ornaments for your yard and some really pretty pictures. And this will make a really nice coffee table book, but it was interesting to look at it. I'm not done with it, but that was a $4 thrift find, and it is very heavy. It's very dusty, but it's beautiful. I have some cleaning to do. It has a real pretty top plate to it, and I thought this would look really nice in the home office. The one I have in the home office right now is our DIY from last season that I did for the garden house. So I'll probably move that chandelier back out to the garden house because I've been using it all winter in the home office. and then use this one instead. But I just couldn't pass that up. You don't find chandeliers at thrift shops very often, and not in such a good condition. So I look forward to cleaning that up and getting it hung up in the office, and I'll show you all this stuff once it gets done. Once I get a project done on these, may be a while, but we'll get to it. The plants though, I'm going to go ahead and get them out of the back of the car and get those set out in the sun and get them used to being outside. And then more planting videos will be coming in the future. I hope you enjoyed shopping with me today and thrifting and seeing all the interesting things we came across. If you're looking for more inspiration, check out these videos next. I will see you next week, and have a great week.